Welcome to the Winterberry Wildlife Tech Series. Today we'll be looking at the Canon R50V. We'll cover the many strengths and few weaknesses of Canon's new mirrorless camera for video camera trapping. Canon introduced the R50V mirrorless camera in April of 2025, aiming it at the content creator market. It features an APS-C sensor, an ability to shoot 4K 30 frame per second video, and a pile of automatic features. With the kit lens, it sells for $800. I purchased the camera and kit lens in this review, refurbished from Canon, and found it indistinguishable from new. The R50V takes competent stills, but I want to focus on its sweet spot as a video camera. We were looking for better quality video and extracted still images than our Browning HP5s. We were also looking forward to a completely silent set versus our noisy Canon 60D based still camera traps. The R50V features a remote shutter release with a standard 2.5mm audio jack port. This port is rare on newer cameras, but critical for camera trapping. The R50V can be woken from low power standby and take a video using only this shutter release port. Having a fast trigger speed or low time to first video frame is another critical feature for camera traps. Modern trail cameras achieve trigger delays of less than a half a second. I measured the trigger speed of the R50V to be about 1.1 to 1.3 seconds using an oscilloscope and the camera itself. This relatively slow trigger may limit the species you can successfully capture and/or requires that a set with trigger sensors placed well before the animal ends up on the camera. The R50V supports resolution and frame rates ranging from 4K 3840 by 2160 at 30 frames per second to full high definition 1920 by 1080 at 120 frames per second. It also supports 4K at 60 frames per second in a cropped sensor mode, which reduces the field of view and may impact video quality. I measured the standby power of the R50V to be 500 microwatts in airplane mode. This is lower than a typical trail camera and basically means the camera's battery consumption is limited by the amount of video it takes and not its time in the field. I measured the active power while the camera was recording 4K 30 frame per second video to be 5.7 watts. At this rate, a single 14.8 volt, 2.6 amp hour lithium ion battery pack from Cognisys, for example, will power this camera for about 6 hours of video. This is a pretty good match for the capacity of a 256 gigabyte SD card. The R50V features a number of automatic settings. These include automatic exposure control as well as full-frame AI-powered tracking autofocus. We've had very good results with these under a variety of lighting conditions and subjects. The autofocus is fast, especially under daylight conditions. It is virtually noiseless and reliably finds and tracks animals in the scene. Using these automatic settings vastly simplifies setting the camera up in the field. Of course, the camera also supports manual settings. We found the audio from the R50V when used with external microphones to be far superior to that of typical trail cameras, as shown in this clip where we can clearly hear a badger satisfying an itch. Here are some early results of video from the R50V compared with video from a Browning Recon Force Advantage camera. The Browning camera acts as a trigger for the R50V, so the scenes are the same, except for the exact position of the camera. These all use the kit lens, the RFS 14 to 30mm f4 to 6.3 lens from Canon. I'm working on a post and video where I go into more detail on a full camera trap set based on the R50V, including settings for the camera and Cognisys controller and LED light. In the meantime, thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the technology of camera trapping, check out the first book in our new series, Trail Cameras and Custom Camera Traps, Technology, Ethics, and Strategies for Success, available now. See the link in the description.